This is Bubble News Radio, April 20th, 3309. Good evening, I'm Apollo Celeris, and this is Bubble News Radio, the voice of the free bubble, broadcasting from a rented suite in the Zeont system. Tonight, old rivalries flare up in the Pichch system ahead of a Thargoid assault, and Azimuth finds itself on the back foot in the Wandrama system. All this tonight on Bubble News Radio. This broadcast is brought to you by Lakon Spaceways. Test fly the 3304 Lakon Chieftain today at your local Inter-Astra shipyard and experience one of the best dedicated combat ships in the galaxy. It appears the Alliance's call for peace has fallen on deaf ears, as factions loyal to the Empire and the Federation have once again gone to war, this time with possibly dire consequences. The Galuja Exchange, a federal corporation native to an eponymous star system, has claimed agents working for the Empire have sabotaged their operations for years, while the Imperial-aligned Galese 44 Citizens Forum has rebuked this statement, instead suggesting it's just another federal deflection. Diplomatic negotiations that have, for the past several years, attempted to resolve this conflict have now completely collapsed, and the two factions have officially declared war. The situation has exacerbated a long-standing problem in the Thargoid War. As journalist Carleen Choi pointed out, Pichch is on the front line of the Thargoid War. Maelstrom Lagong is only a few systems away, and Pichch is required as a staging ground for repelling its advance. With war breaking out, it seems inevitable that supply lines will be disrupted, and the defense against the aliens may come to a screeching halt. Pilots who wish to support either side in this conflict may register at Tiptree Port. It is unknown at this time if either side will compensate pilots beyond paying for combat bonds. Azimuth Biotech, the company once led by the mad scientist Salvation, has found itself the target of violence during elections in the Wandrama system. As reported on by an anonymous journalist working for the tabloid Galnet is a Lie, the election, held primarily between representatives of Azimuth Biotech and the rival Royal Phoenix Corporation, has erupted into violence as groups from across the galaxy have come together in an attempt to push Azimuth out of the Wandrama system. Normally, Bubble News Radio would condemn violence during what should be a peaceful, democratic election. However, we would like to remind our listeners that Azimuth is responsible for numerous crimes against humanity, including performing deadly experiments on kidnapped test subjects, such as the infamous Sao Jin I. One could argue they're responsible for crimes against all sapient beings, as it is generally agreed that Azimuth attempted to commit genocide against the Thargoids, and is directly responsible for their current invasion of human space. There is only one more day from time of broadcast until the elections in Wandrama are over. We would encourage all commanders to visit the Wandrama system and do their part. And that's all the time we have this evening. I'm Apollo Celeris, and this has been Bubble News Radio, the voice of the free bubble. As usual, please make sure to join our private communication server for more updates. The link to join is in the broadcast description. Thank you for listening, Commanders, and fly safe.